Okay, at this point, you've done everything, right? I mean, you fought in the Apex, Abu Dhabi, crowded arenas. I mean, does any of it matter, like, where it's taking place? Does that affect you at all?
Not at all. I mean, I like the Apex. I kind of prefer it. More so just the fight week's a little bit more laid back when it's here. The only thing I don't like about it is after the fight, you're like family and friends aren't there. So after it's kind of like you're all excited and then you just go back to your hotel room with your cornerman that you've been here with all week. We're like, okay, now what? But leading up to it, I definitely prefer the Apex. I like it.
4 month turnaround for you. I mean, a lot of people at the top of the division don't fight that frequently. Is it like key for you to fight that often, or is it just the way that they end up calling you? How does it work out?
Yeah, I've been lucky the last couple years, fighting very active. I mean, I'm here to do it, so let's go as many times as you can. I've been lucky because, like you said, a lot of times when the higher you're in the division, sometimes it gets a little bit more complicated. But I think now there's a couple more girls in the rotation of the top 10. So that kind of helps mix things up a little bit. For a while, it was like kind of the same 10 girls. But yeah, I mean, if I'm not injured, I'm training and fighting.
I guess the way to freshen it up is to bring somebody from another division, right? So I'm just curious. I mean, when they brought this matchup to you, were you like, oh, that's exciting? Or were you like, what are you talking about? I mean, I guess she had bounced around a little bit, but what'd you think?
Yeah, I was super surprised. They asked me if I wanted to fight Amanda Ribas. I was like, wait, what weight class? Like 125? Because I didn't know I didn't hear anything about her wanting to move up. So I was a little shocked. I was like, yeah, definitely. And I was like, but she's probably not going to say yes. And then they came back, they're like, oh, she said yes. So I was like, wait, why did she say yes to me? I was like, ew. But yeah, I'm excited. You know, if she said, it to me, it makes sense. You know, coming from a different division, you fight someone that's ranked super high, you get a good win, and you probably get talks about a title shot. So it's kind of a win-win situation for her. But yeah, I'm excited. I'll fight anyone, so I don't really care.
Well, you nailed it, right? For her, I mean, she gets to fight the number one contender in another division. Of course she's going to say yes. So I wonder, for you, was there any part that's like, yo, I'm number one in the division. You don't just come in here and come. You got to go through 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, all the way up to me.
I mean, I don't really worry about anyone else's career except for mine. You know, if I think it's cool because I'm like, ooh, wait, if I go up to 135, will I get like the number one contender and then get a title shot? But yeah, I don't care. I just, like I said, I like fighting people that I haven't fought before. I just need to keep winning. I don't think in the rankings, especially now, I don't think they mean as much as they used to. So sometimes people that are ranked higher are like, I'm not fighting anyone ranked below me, but that's not really how it works. It's just, you got to have good performances, good wins, and stay active.
Do you watch the girls outside of your division routinely? Like, were you familiar with their body of work?
Yeah, I'm probably I watch every fight. I'm a huge MMA fan, huge UFC fan. I watch all the fights. So especially the girls, I'm a little bit more interested, but I watch every Saturday. I watch from the first fight to the last. So I definitely am familiar.
I mean, no question she's a grappling specialist, right? But I mean, you look at like Maya, Calvillo, like names that you've had. You did a grappling match with Jillian. I mean, when you look at her grappling, is it on a different level than those people that you fought, or is it just, you got to adjust your game to her style of grappling?
I think maybe her level of grappling is a little bit below some of the girls I faced before. It's I think in MMA sometimes if you get a submission, you're known as a grappler. Just because you like grappling doesn't mean you're really super high level. I mean, I train at Sarah's. I've trained at Henzo's under John Danaher for years. I know what good jiu-jitsu is, and there's definitely levels to it. So I've seen it. I train with girls that are really, really good all the time. So I'm pretty high level on the ground just because everyone thinks I'm a striker. I'm prepared.
I was gonna say, I mean, if it goes there, I know you'll be comfortable, but I guess would it be fair to say that like the game plan does not involve like, hey, let's pull guard and jump down there and see what's happening? Like, does this fight need to take place on the feet for you to feel safest, basically?
I'm just as comfortable on the ground, if not more, than striking. Because striking, I mean, I guess on the ground you can have a submission happen anywhere, but yeah, I'm more than confident on the ground with her.
All right, last thing for me, because of your position in the division, it's kind of tough, right? I mean, what comes next? So do you think about, look, if I win here, here's what I want next? I mean, are there names, or is it more just about like dates and fighting when you can? Like, what are your goals, and what do you want with a victory here?
For me, my main goal is to stay as active as often. So whoever I can fight the soonest is the most desirable to me. There's a couple girls that are ranked higher that interest me that I haven't fought. If Miesha Tate gets a win, that's a cool fight. Alexa Grasso, Maroon Farrow called me out, so that would be cool. Just really anyone. Whichever fight is the soonest after this is the one I want.
Last thing, do you actively cheer for the challenger every time there's a title fight in the division? Just
no, because I want Valentino to win so I can fight her again. Yeah, I don't when I get that title shot again, I think, I want it to be against her and to beat her, not someone else.
Hey, Katlyn.
Hey.
When you left the Apex last time you were here, how confident were you that you were going to get a new contract, or were you kind of like, I don't know?
I wasn't super confident, just because I didn't think I would be in that position to have to fight out my contract. So I wasn't super confident. You never know. Even coming off of a win, I wasn't very sure. And especially like after the following week when I didn't really hear anything, I was like, okay, then you know what I mean? Like, is something gonna happen? But I'm happy that it all worked out because, I'm such a fan of the UFC and I want to fight at the best level. I mean, you could go anywhere else and fight and, that's great, but the UFC is a whole different level and I want to fight at the highest level.
Gotcha. And I just wanted your thoughts on the strawweight title fight last weekend.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad for the girls because, it's so easy to criticize them when no one's been in there. Sometimes it's just, we were just talking about this. Sometimes it's just the style matchups. It's just the day. Both of those girls are not boring fighters. They're there for a reason. And, I think it's so easy to criticize them and say, oh, it's the most boring fight. Well, you go in and fight 5 rounds for the world title and, your whole life is worked up to that moment. And sometimes you're just physically not there. Sometimes it's the style matchups that call for a boring fight. I mean, look at right before that fight, they both have like highlights that are amazing. So they're not boring fighters. And don't think that they didn't try, Sometimes it's just the circumstance. There's so many factors that go into it. I feel bad that they got, so much criticism because they're both amazing fighters. And I feel like Carla didn't really get the full credit she deserves, for winning that fight.
Cool. Thank you.
Yep. Cool. Thank you.